What is good, nation? We have finally got the win. Man, what does this mean going forward into this 2025 season? You already know we're going to go ahead and break everything down in this post game reaction show. Appreciate you guys pulling up. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and kick things off. Here we go. Let's do it. What is good, Raider Nation? Salute to everybody already here. Welcome to the post game reaction show. I'm your guy, Jay Raider, in the building. Yo, what a crazy ass game. We ended up pulling it off for once in 5 weeks now. It's been that fucking long. It's crazy, yo. But we fucking finally won one. Y'all already know what time it is. Appreciate everyone tapping in and rocking with us on this post game reaction show. Raiders versus Titans. Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all already know what time it is. Make sure if you guys haven't done so, hit that like and subscribe button on this channel, but all the channels that you guys are going ahead and viewing right now. Salute to everybody on X and Twitter. Make sure you guys go ahead and jump over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications on your boy Jay Raider. No, man, it was a good one, or at least it was a better one in Las Vegas. You already know what time it is. But before I go ahead and get in there really quick, shout out to the chat. As always, chat lives do matter. Shout out to my guy D-Mokes in the building. Salute, my guy. Shout out to Sacktown Raider Mike in the building. Shout out to No Face Raider. It's a great day in the Bay Area. Winders lost. Raiders got the dub. That's what's up, my guy. Y'all already know. Salute. And shout out to my guy, Accelerator in the building. We are obviously Super Bowl bound. Not quite yet. But hey, man, it's a foot forward towards the right direction. That's all I care about right now. But before I go any further, let me go ahead and bring out my guy. We ran it back last week. We're running it back again. You already know what time it is. Shout out to my guy, Raider One in the building, Black Hole, West Colorado in the building, Grand Junction. Salute to my guy in the building. What's good, my guy? Appreciate you pulling up and tapping in.
It is so good.
I would do the cowbell if I had one.
To actually celebrate a win with you, man. I mean, like, woo, Woo, baby. It has been so long. And I mean, like, it feels so good. So,
That's
how are you, my brother?
I'm feeling great. You already know how I do, so I'm feeling extra great today. But I'm feeling great right now, man. Hey, um, this obviously for me was a must win. And I hope it was for the rest of the Raider Nation who hasn't given up for the season yet, and they did not disappoint. First, I think this is the first win in Allegiant Stadium for this season, obviously. But either way, man, it's a great feeling. Shout out to my guy Leo Chitolinas. He got a win.
Yes,
He was at
sir.
Allegiant. He's in Vegas. He went to the game. He got a win on his birthday. That's awesome. Shout out to my guy Joe Morley as well. He got a win on his birthday. It was his birthday this weekend. He got a great present. The Raiders fucking won. Shout out to the great and powerful Joe Morley. He's gonna be on Good Morning Raiders this weekend. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in and pull up for that one. You already know. But hey man, I was happy. We ran the ball heavy, which is something that I and a lot of other people said that we need to go ahead and just kind of be more concentrated and run the ball. Shout out to Raider Jeff. He was one. He's like, look, I don't even want to see Gino's arm come up beyond his chest, and he almost got that. I mean, it wasn't perfect by all means necessary, but it was the Genty show for sure, and the ground game did go ahead and produce for sure. And we're gonna go ahead and get into everything else obviously. But man, oh man, I'm glad to just go ahead and see a win in that doubly column, bro, because it was hard, man. It's hard to go ahead and just kind of keep hope and try to like muster the rah rah. And this is the times, man, where you have to go. The old school guys, the guys who've been fans for a minute, got to tap in and just go with that Raider, that that Raider history and that Raider be like, you know what? I'm a fan because I've been doing this for this damn long, and I earned my stripes. God damn it! And I don't like any of the fucking team, and sometimes it just goes that way. But yeah, at least today we just did not get disappointed. 20-10 was your final score, man. Hey, really quick, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Obviously, Raiders won. God damn it, it feels so fucking good to go ahead and win. Raiders win 20-10. Like I said earlier, man, it's a beautiful thing to go ahead and finally get a win in that column. Let me go ahead and hey, shout out to my guy. Shout out to the Raiders, man. They finally got one on their column. 2010, like I said, was the final score. We're gonna go ahead and get into that box score. You already know what time it is. So let's go ahead and dive into that. Um, here we go. Let me go ahead and pull up that box score. All right, let's go ahead and go over the team stats. Ray Titans 225, total yards 226. It was that much of an even game. Passing yards, Tennessee had 160 to 158. Difference was by 2 yards. Rushing yards, 165 to 68. Tennessee put in a lot of work on that part. The yards per play is 3.8 to 4.0. We had Tennessee had 15 first downs to 16. Third down efficiency, we did convert better. Obviously, we doubled that. We were 6 out of 13. Fourth down efficiency, we're about almost even. They converted. There were 2 of 2. We're in 1 and 1. Total plays, 59 to 57. But this is kind of really where the telltale of the tape is. Tennessee allowed 6 sacks in this game, which is crazy. We only allowed 2, so we made that second half adjustment on that offensive line, but it still does not look pretty. 5 punts, 4 penalty yards. They had more penalties, 7 for 34. We only had 6 for 27 yards. Fumble, again, this is also a big indicator here. They had the 2 fumbles. We did not turn the ball over as far as fumbling in it, but we did turn the ball over in the air. Geno Smith, again, giving up another interception for his 10th for the year. But also, Cameron did give up an interception as well. Time position, I think this is really what the winner is, and that is due to that ground game. It was 27 minutes to 32 minutes, and that was probably one of the difference makers for sure. Let's go ahead and go into the player stats. Geno Smith, 17 out of 23, excuse me, for 174 yards, one touchdown, one interception, like we said earlier. Rushing, Ashton Genty had 23 carries, going over that 20 carry mark, 75 yards, average 3.3 per carry. So I think the numbers were a little bit skewed on what I just read off there. And Raheem Mostert didn't do a whole lot. He had 5 carries for -4 yards. So he had some difficult time, but it was really the Ashton Genty show as far as in the ground game. The air game, Trey Tucker again emerging as that number one receiver, 5 receptions, 70 yards. You have Michael Mayer, 5 receptions for 50 yards. Jacoby Myers, 4 receptions for 39 yards. Genty, 2 receptions for 11 yards. And you had Ian Thomas, 1 reception for 4 yards. On the other side of the ball, Delvin White emerged as a, a big X factor today. He had 5 tackles, 4 assists, 1 sack, 1 interception, and that halftime, that was beautiful. Kaibu Kelly, 5 tackles. And then you had Jeremy Chin, 4 tackles, 2 assists. You had Max Crosby, 3 tackles, 2 sacks in the game. Beautiful, beautiful. Max going to work. Then you had Eric Stokes, 2 tackles, 3 assists. Jamal Adams, Tyree Wilson with 2 tackles, 2 assists. Note, Tyree Wilson got that recovery fumble from that Devin White sack, and finally Tyree was able to go ahead and do something worth noting. John Walu, 2 sacks, 1 assist. Same for Johnny Holmes, Isaiah Polamau, Landon Roberts, 1 tackle, 3 assists. Anna Butler, 1 tackle, 2 assists. And Tommy Eichenberg, 1 of 1 tackle, 1 assist. They have Leaky Full 2 with 1 tackle, 1 assist, and that big sack as well. So that is your box score. Again, Raiders win 20-10 at Allegiant. Fuck, man. Thank God. I'm going to just say this. Raiders put up 20. What are your thoughts? My guy Will. I know I've been talking for a minute. I just want to go through everything.
You do. Hey, bro, this is why I love the show, because you really give up all the information in the box score, right? You gave out a lot of things on there. You pointed out key factors right there, right? Ashton Genty putting in work, 23 carries. Let me tell you like this, Chip Kelly, you get a an applause from me. For that,
right? I got the applause. I got the
applause. Yes, that's what it is.
There you go.
That's fantastic.
He also gets an explosion.
Oh, okay.
Hey, bro. I mean, it was the Genty show. It was the Genty show, and we've been saying that's what needed to happen. We needed to go ground heavy, and we did. We took the ball out of Geno's hands and was only able to go ahead and put up 1 interception compared to like 3, bro. And that's what needed to be done. And especially in that red zone, you kind of need to get out of his hands a little bit.
I agree with you. And that's the whole thing we talked about, right? Salute, brother.
Salute.
We really have to look at that. We have to say, hey, we have to have a way about our offense, have an identity on offense, right? We were sitting there, and you have to run the football. You have to have an attitude. If your quarterback is having situational awareness issues and throwing a bunch of interceptions, the way to get him to not throw interceptions is to run the ball.
Yeah.
And honestly, the O-line did a great job. They kept Geno clean for the most part. And I mean, like, even on that touchdown run by Genty, if you saw the hole, just the size of the hole that he ran through to get for the touchdown, man, great job by the guys out front. Now, if you're talking about the pass game, about throwing the ball, we're still struggling. And I mean, like, am I happy the Raiders won? Absolutely. But let's not get it misconstrued. this wasn't no offensive explosion.
No, it was not.
It really just showed a lot of the offensive deficiencies we have. And while our defense plays exceptionally well, creates turnover, puts the ball on the 2-yard line, it's
Mhm.
tough to see that we have to get into shotgun formation on third down for us to score. You can't just pound it and like be aggressive and just be like, hey, man, we're just going to make a name for ourselves. So there's a lot of thought for concern, but I'm going to take the win and I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. 100%. Really quick shout out to our guy Jason Downs. He says, "Hey, Will, we called it last night. I missed the score, had us losing, but we pretty much nailed all the expectations." Facts, brother. Shout out to our guy Jason Downs in the building. Appreciate you,
And
my
I'm
guy.
going to tell you what, Jason Downs called Devin White's game. Devin White looked like he got shot out of a fucking cannon today. Wow,
He
man. If
did,
we
bro.
get that type of production from that man all year long, it's a great time. Yep. It's a victory.
I'm
But
like, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But
yes, sir.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Shout out to our guy Rosetown. He says, Janting getting fed of the getting feel of the NFL now slowing down for him. He's gonna be a beast, and that's why he got drafted in that 6th overall pick on the first round. We're starting to see what Genty is becoming for sure, and it was really a Genty heavy game.
Oh,
Um, but what are your thoughts when you see Genty out there?
that man is putting in work, brother. You know what I enjoy the most part is that his vision and his patience is getting better. I feel like he's just not being impatient, going to places where he thinks he's going to go. He actually is following his blockers. If you guys noticed, a lot of his runs were going to the right places, going to the right hole, following his blocks and just, you know, making the right read. And I think him going back to his stance has helped with that. I think he envisions it better, and that's where I was like, I liked it. And the yards after contact. Tell me the yards after contact don't remind you of beast mode. I mean, like it's always like, hey, he falls forward. I love it.
Yeah. And you had the analysts say, like, look, because you had Mostert that had like a negative yardage play, and it's like you have the offensive line that kind of knows to expect that Genty will wait a little bit to kind of see the holes develop, and then he'll go ahead and run through it. Mostert's kind of like, I'm going through, and there's no time to wait. It is because of that different style, but yeah, man. I mean, it was Genty did not disappoint again. You had a touchdown from him, and it was a beautiful thing, man. And I'm glad that we're able to go ahead and kind of really do that run focus as far as the run game is concerned, and then that really was the difference maker for this. But either way, I mean, we give up 2 sacks in the game. I still feel, and I think we were talking right before the show, is that we both feel that this O line needs adjustment. The pass protection needs to go ahead and be there. I think it might be time for us to go ahead. I mean, it should have been time that we move guys around. It still hasn't been done yet. I mean, got Forsyth, and that's the thing. When you end up putting a guy like Forsyth in, he's gonna get kicked on that side, and they exploited that. You still have Dylan Parham, even JPJ got beat a couple of times. So it, I think we need to go ahead, and especially if they're really serious about putting something solid on the field, there has to be adjustments made on the O line. What? Let me ask you, well, what is your take on the whole O line needs adjustment? Do you feel like they need adjustment? I mean, what is your take from what the game that you saw? And really quick shout out to like 60 in the building. Make sure again, if you guys haven't done so, hit that like and subscribe button on both channels. Shout out to my guy Will, the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. I have his description pinned down below. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe on my guy for sure. But what are your thoughts, Will, on the O line and from what you saw in today's game?
From what I saw, is you're right on Dylan Forsyth. This is what I think about Dylan Forsyth, bro. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, like it's sad. I saw him reaching. I saw him overstepping. I mean, like a lot of fundamental things were missing there, right? Now, are we looking at the rest of the O line? The rest of the O line, they didn't do so bad. We didn't really have a whole ton of situations that I was happy with, to say, at least in the pass game, but in the run game, they got better. Now, do I think there has to be some refile or people have to figure out what they're doing? Absolutely. But do I see us having the talent? That's where the question mark is. I mean, like, I want to see some of our rookies. I want to see these guys come in and make a statement. But do I know that some of these guys are ready? I don't. That's where those guys are making evaluations. And I mean, like, if you saw reshuffling, right? If we say, hey, let's move JPJ back to center, that's the solution. Really? Is that the solution? I mean, like, if you look at it, JPJ right now is excelling at guard. He's moving people. Today, he had to take on the toughest assignment with Jefferson. And that's why I said it in the podcast before with Jay Downs yesterday. Bro, if we let Jefferson wreck us, just look at the game that Jefferson had.
You did, yeah.
He's in the freaking, or what is it, Simmons? Justin,
Justin Simmons, yeah.
Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons had a great game. And that's where we're like, hey, you know what? We have to make those adjustments. We have to make sure that, hey, you know what? Whatever it is, I think it's not going to be solved until Colton Miller comes back.
Yeah, it's going to be rough out there for sure. Unless you're going to go ahead and put the rookie Grant out there, Charles Grant, to go ahead and see what he has. But he has been very protective about that. We saw Porter come out and he played pretty solid the time that Eric Stokes was out. But other than that, I was hoping to go ahead and see him in this game. We didn't really see him all that much this game. Um, Caleb Rogers, another healthy scratch. So it's like JJ McGee's talking him away. These are the guys that went out and drafted, and we still haven't seen them in the game yet. And I'm just like, why aren't we giving these guys a shot as well? Like limited, but let's see what also can they do out there. Um, we had Devin White produce defensively, and then Tyree. It was luck of the draw, and I'm glad he had at least eyes to see like, hey, ball's knocked out loose. You need to go ahead and get it. And he was able to go ahead and do that for sure. But I mean, yeah, Jeffrey Simmons, my bad, I said Justin, but Jeffrey Simmons was had 4 tackles to assist in the sack. And I mean, us giving up 2 sacks was just hard, man. And we saw that Gino was pressured and couldn't really get into a rhythm all that well. And a lot of it was due to that offensive line, but just they were just getting beat, man. And they didn't get fully punked around because they made some second half adjustments, but it just at first it just did not look pretty for sure. But obviously the defense does save the day, and it was a defensive show all the way around. I mean, Max Crosby went off and he was eating, and you had Devin White really had the big game. I think probably was on the defensive side of the ball. Probably was the player of the game. If not, definitely should be for sure. I mean, you had Tyree involved, which is great, but really, Devin White was the guy that really helped us to go ahead and get in the game. And Max just on his pressure, as what he always does, man. He's on that workhorse, and he's gonna go out there and try to get as much pressure and get to the quarterback as we said that he needed to go ahead and get, and we did that early on, and it made a big difference for sure. Real
Absolutely.
quick, yeah, really quick. Let me go ahead and go to the chat again. Make sure you guys go ahead and put your question, put your questions, comments on there. Again, Raiders finally got a win today. We can go ahead and celebrate, y'all. At least we can at least be cool and enjoy our night, enjoy our week, and not say fuck. We went out there and just like completely, utterly like ass and lost. On top of that, and got blown out. At least we won today by 10 points. It was pretty decisive up until that. I honestly, I did not feel good up until that minute, about like 45 seconds left in the game, and I was like, all right, cool, we got the ball back. All right, now, not feel we're okay now, but for sure. Let's see here. Really quick, shout out to my guy Rosetown. He says, I want to see Besh catch a damn ball. I don't think he got a target this game. I really think he didn't. I really think he didn't. Shout out to our guy Bueno. He says, it seems like they didn't want Gino throwing that much. Of course, bro. I mean, you're giving up 2, 3 interceptions per game, and he gave another one once he got past that 10-yard mark. He fucked up and gave it right back. That is why they went and run heavy in this fucking game. But this is the thing, though. You can't always just go run heavy. You have to be able to mix it up. But my thing is like Gino needs right now. He needs to be from 10 yards and before that. So anywhere between 5, 8, 7, 10 yards. I wouldn't go past 15 because then you're kind of like risking it until he can get a rhythm, until he can go ahead and really show us signs that he can go ahead and make those type of reads. But as of right now, that's kind of how they wanted to go ahead and do it. Literally, just take the ball out of Gino's hands because they can't. We all knew this was a must-win game, or must-win game, by all means, and for not only pride, not only for morale. It's just if we wanted to salvage anything remotely positive and towards building something for this season, we needed to go ahead and do that. So, for sure. Let's see here. My guy Jason says my issue with Bachman and Lobby, they need to quit running across the field without even trying to cut up field. I hear you, my guy. Shout out to Jason Downs. Alex says it wasn't pretty, but a win's a win. Yes, sir. Already with Ray. Hold on, dog. I got to do it the right way, my guy. Raiders. Finally, that actually means something, bro. Thank God, man. Shout out to our guy Alec M in the building. Bueno says our offense is boring as fuck, but hopefully with time we can see some big plays drawn up. Yeah, bro. The thing is, why we ain't seeing big plays is because Gino can't throw the fucking ball. Gino can't throw the ball without getting picked off, dog. And so we have to run this like simple ass like small yardage offense until he can like get his shit together. So, uh, 2-8. Oh, this thing is not working.
this thing is.
It's not, bro. It was tripping. Shout out to our guy Raiders 7528. He says we had a shot of moving up to number 4 pick in the draft, but now we're stuck at number 8. I hope everyone's pleased with this outcome. If your thing was tanking, bro, tell me a team where they actually purposely tanked that we know they tanked. And mind you, P doesn't look like the guy who's a tanking type. So especially when you had a team like this, say you're going to go out and win 10 games, doubt this dude fucking tanks anything except a fucking dookie at the end of the night. I don't know, bro. You tell me. Shout out to a guy. Scorers so bad, but DL and linebackers doing well. That's the thing. And let me ask you, well, since we're going through this, what was your thought? What do you feel about the linebackers' performance this game? Obviously we lost Jermaine Pratt early in the week, and I was really concerned because I'm like, fuck, I feel like we're gonna step off because we don't have Jermaine Pratt anymore, right? Who's gonna be that guy who steps up? I mean, is it gonna be E-Rob? Could it be Devin White? Could it be one of the other guys, Jamal Adams, or one of the Eichenbergs? Like, what did you feel like about this game going as far as the linebacker situation is concerned?
Bro, Devin White. playing out of his mind. I mean, like he came out on fire, bro. I'd be like, with that type of mentality, Landon Roberts had a pretty decent game. I mean, like my biggest thing is with Devin White is a lot of open field missed tackles. I mean, like if you see him in coverage, that's where we get exploited. And I guess my biggest thing is I want to see him more being used as a attacking linebacker. Blitz more. Be more aggressive. Patrick Graham needs to just let the dogs loose and let them do what they do. Let them get after the quarterback, and that's what they did after Cam Ward. Once you get after the guys, you're able to shake their confidence. Hey, look at that! Go, hey man, we got Captain Rafucho. Go ahead, man. I see the super chat in there already. So,
Hold on. Wait, shout out to my guy Rafa in the building. Says salute nation. We finally got a dub. Let's fucking go. Shout out to my guy. Holla, appreciate you, my guy. Salute to you. Hey man, that's what's up. But yeah, I mean the missed tackle part I totally get. I mean, this might be a thing where he might just needs to be adjusted to be switched up to a certain type of scheme in that defensive outfit. And now we know that this is him going in on the blitz, being one of those guys is probably going to be it's probably going to be where he really shines. So, you know, I I'm glad he's performing. He stepped up to the plate, especially with the loss of Jimmy Pratt. And my thing was like, fuck, how do we first? How do we get rid of our best player, best linebacker in the room, and not get anything for? And then top of that, we didn't get anything for it. And who the hell is going to step up after this? Like, he's the best guy, but you had Devin White really, really had a big game. Really quick again, shout out to almost 100 in the building. Salute to everyone. Make sure if you guys haven't done so already, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you guys are on X, make sure you guys head on over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notifications as news goes on. I go on, and on top of that, I'm rocking three shows a week. You already know what time it is. Salute to everybody out in the building, 100 strong. Appreciate that, but that's what's up. That's what's up. But I mean, again, Gino going out there and getting another pick, man. I mean, what do you think? Because I asked the IG World when he got that pick, like, should we pull him or should we just stick? Should we rock with him and see if he can go ahead and turn it around? I mean, 10 interceptions for the season so far, man. What I mean, what are you still rocking with him at this point, or is it Kenny Pickett time? I mean, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Well,
oh, man, it's a complicated situation here, right? Like if you were going to make the change, you'd have to make it there where you already replaced him to for him to win the game, to go through the whole game and then say, hey, next week against Kansas City, I'm going to pull him because he got an interception the last game. It would be like, why didn't you pull him this game? Why did he finish this game? But this was the whole thing. This is why we always kept saying Chip Kelly needs to give Ashton Genty 25 touches. We need to keep the ball out of Gino's hands, keep it limited. He was doing a good job of not throwing an interception. I'm telling you, I was watching the game. I was like, all right, he hasn't thrown one. Oh, okay. Well, through the first quarter. Oh, 2 quarters, no interceptions. We're going. We're doing the right things. Third quarter, and then you know what? He throws the interception, right? But in that series, also, what I noticed is that we were throwing a lot.
Yeah,
we were depending on the throwing. And in the first series, what I do like is that we were using Michael Mayer a lot more.
Yeah.
And that's where you notice the difference with him is when he has big targets, guys that can get open. I'd be like, Great job getting him the ball. I mean, like, honestly, with Michael Mayer, I think he had, like, what? How many receptions? You said, like, 7? 5 or
Michael
7 receptions?
Murray, he had 5 in this game, 5 for
Yeah.
50 yards.
So, they did a great job. I mean, that was all I think in the first series. Now, I don't understand why we can't keep that throughout the whole game. You can keep them with a heavy, heavy dose of Ashton Genty, use play action. I don't see any naked boots. I don't see any of those things to move the pocket in order to avoid the rush. Use Gino's ability to have some athleticism and extend the play outside the pocket.
Right.
Um,
The thing is because it's just it's coming so quick. He just getting he's getting rushed from the sides. It's just collapsing so fast on him, and like he can't push up the pocket. And he has to go ahead and then roll to his right. And from what I'm seeing, and
mhm.
that's the problem there. Just going to be really quick. Sacktown giving us a fucking live update. Lions just went up 10-6 over the Queebs. There you go. There you go. But still, a lot of work to be done. I honestly still am not confident on next week's game versus the Queens, bro. But we have better luck in Arrowhead. Okay, so give it. Let's go ahead and put that to our column. But either way, man, the way that we're still performing does not give me confidence going into that game. So I mean, I think we still have to go ahead and bring up the fact it's like when the fuck do you pull Gino? Like, do we have to go ahead and give up 2 interceptions to go ahead and be like, you know what, it's time for Kenny Pickett, and the game is on the line where we're down maybe by 7, by 3 points? Like, when do you make that decision? I still don't feel 100%. Yes, Gino had a better game, only gave up 1 interception, and he was 17 out of 23, 174, still under 200 yards, put up 1 touchdown, great, but still that interception. Like once he passed that 10-yard line, it's like the dude lost his sight. It was like fuzzy and shit. I don't know. Like we're still making those fucking mistakes, bro, and I don't know how you fix that. I don't think you can fix that at this point. Really quick shout out to our guy Raider Jeff in the building. He said, "Let's call a spade a spade. We beat a team that was worse than us. Yay, we got to win. We should have gotten. We should have gotten all the due respect. Yeah, that's right, bro. I mean, we should have been more than that. And that's what I was saying in that Rated Connection show. Is just like, look, if we win by 3, what the fuck does that mean? We still play like dog shit. We still play like dog shit. We play better, great. That's something we can go ahead and build off, and that's what I wanted. I just wanted us to build towards something, and we haven't done that yet. And we won by 10 points, and it wasn't by 3. It wasn't by a touchdown. It was by 10 points, double digits, great. But what does that mean moving forward? And that is really kind of the question.
So here's the thing. It means absolutely nothing. Because next week we don't play the Titans. We play the Chiefs. And when you look at this game the way that we won it, again, it wasn't a dominating win, Jay. I mean, like, we didn't dominate every aspect of the game. I mean, like, I would have felt better if our offense was moving the football. We were going down there. Maybe we got a couple field goals, but we weren't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we lacked. Defensively, absolutely. We fucking dominated. Special teams, absolutely. We dominated. But offensively, we look like a third grade team out there. Other than running the football with Ashton Genty, we really couldn't do anything. And it's a difficult thing, man. So we have to really say, hey, did the Raiders come in here and what does this mean for the Chiefs game? Nothing. Guess what? The Lions beat them this week. It means they're in the same spot that we are.
Yeah.
Both bad teams. We're both bad teams. But at the same time,
even if the Lions went today, even if the Lions win today,
even if the Lions win today and the Chiefs lose, we're still. Even if the Chiefs win, they're not a good team. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, yeah, it's any given Sunday, and any given Sunday, any team can win. But to say that we're a good team because we beat the Titans by 10 points when it should
Yeah.
have been really 30, like it should have been like 35, 40.
17, 20, 24. We didn't do that, and we let them kind of get back into the game. Really
Yeah.
quick, shout to No Face Raid. I want to answer this question real quick. He's like, Tucker is our wide receiver number one. Do you think Myers will get traded? I think he does that. I think he does get traded by the bye week. We'll find a suitor and ship his ass out because they didn't want to extend him during the offseason up until the point of the beginning of the season kind of indicates to me they wanted to see what Besh has, but they haven't even played Jack Besh, and that's the crazy part. But I still don't think from what he's produced so far at this point, I think probably Jacoby's a little bit checked out some sorts. He hasn't done anything to really move the needle for us. I'm pretty sure he's going to go ahead and get traded out, and maybe we get some draft capital for him, or maybe another player or both. So let's see what happens. But I really do think he's not going to be a Raider for next season. That's for damn sure. I don't think he's a Raider for next season. So let's see what happens. But shout out to I'm not bueno. He says interception thrown by Gino was expected, but Gino throwing that hospital ball to Genty had me ready to get on the bench wagon. And bro, he should have been on the bench wagon. I'm on the
Woo!
bench wagon. But my thing was like, okay, cool. Depending on the score, depending on the situation, like, are we gonna go ahead and bet Sheen on the first half once he throws that first interception, or are we gonna wait till the second interception to go ahead and finally see that's it? And it was the interception happened, and it was the second half, and I'm like, okay, do we sit his ass, or are we gonna roll with them? But I already knew Pete being Pete, he's gonna continue to rock with him. He's not gonna bench him. He's not. That's his guy, and he continues to defend him. He said earlier on that presser, he said Gino played great. How the fuck did he play great, Pete? Those stats are not indicative of having a great game. It was a mid game. He had one interception. And what's the reason for the interception? Because we controlled the ground game. We ran the ball. We had success running the ball for the most part. That's why we took we took Gino out of most of the equation of him having to throw the ball. And guess what? He also ran it behind center. He was doing a lot of the snaps behind center.
Gosh,
That's
man.
why.
Jay, you should just become the offensive coordinator for the Raiders right now. I
Shit,
mean, like, you're
I think
making
everybody can
logical
become
sense.
the offensive coordinator for the Raiders, dog. It's out. Look, anybody in this, shout out to the chat. Appreciate a Hunter over the building. Salute to everybody. Appreciate you guys pulling up and tapping in with us. Shout out to everybody on X. Anybody in this chat could be a better offensive coordinator at this point. But the thing is, it's just like because we know that what needs to be done is like you need to give Genty over 20 clips for him to be successful. That's how he operates. We need to make some shifts on this offensive line, which hasn't been done, but at least they're finally getting to hear us saying, like, we've been beating the dead horse on JPJ saying he needs to start. And finally, he's been starting. Guess what? We're looking better. Not great, but we're looking better. And obviously, there's still more adjustments that need to be made. That pass pro needs more work, but we're looking better than we did without JPJ. So all these little things, it's like shit that we as a fan base should not be calling out. They should be already doing it and doing more to go ahead and be able to, compete. Right now, despite this win, yeah, we're 2-4. We're not 1-5. It's a big difference still. We're 2-4. We still not looking great or good at all. We need more. We need more from this team. We need to continue to go ahead and move towards the right direction and improve on our run game, on our air game. Defense has been doing a lot. And honestly, shout out to the defense. they deserve their flowers and more than that because honestly, everybody, even myself, I'm guilty of that. I didn't expect much from this defense at the beginning of the year, right? I don't know about you. What do you think? What did you expect from this defense at the beginning of the year?
So the biggest liability on defense has always been the corner position for us in this year. What I said, hey, as long as we kept a strong front, right? We keep trying to find our pair with Max Crosby. But in this game, man, look what happens when you dominate the trenches. I'd be like, we dominated the trenches, bro, on defense. 5 sacks. Tell me when's the last time you sat here and said that the Raiders defense had 5 sacks, bro. They had 2 fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, an interception. We looked outstanding. And I mean, like, hey, let me get a clap up for the defense, bro. I mean, like, I need the sound, I need the cheering. I needed that. Like, the defense played outstanding.
They did.
Some missed tackles, some things we got to clean up, but they played great. And that's where what I expected from the defense this year was for it to be, honestly, the cornerstone. If you look at what good teams do, yep, absolutely, they came to play. What does a team without a quarterback have to do in order to win, Jay?
What does the quarterback have to do in order for us to win games?
What does a team without a quarterback have to do in order to win?
Create turnovers, bro. To me, it's create turnovers.
Absolutely. If you look at the team, if you're going to model after a team, you got to model yourself after the Ravens teams, right? What did they do? Create turnovers on defense, play really good defense, and run the football. Throw it with Trent Dilfer every once in a while. That's really what we're looking at. You know, if we really want to be realistic, we can't sit here and be like, we got this gunslinger. When did Gino throw the interception? When we started depending on him. So, I mean, like, that's where we have to really, like, look at it and say, Chip, you found the solution. Run the fucking football.
Yeah.
Don't depend on Gino to keep you in the game. Depend on this defense. Play some field position. And, like, line them up.
Yeah.
And play some old school smash mouth.
Exactly. And that was my thing, that we're able to go ahead and be able to run the ball really effectively, like the way we did with Genty. And now, obviously, at this point, there should not be any doubt about Genty's ability. It's hands down, this dude can fucking produce. That's what's up. My thing is that, yes, we should be run heavy, and that's what Pete wants to do. Great. But we need also to be able to find the air without like having to shit our pants every time the ball goes up in the air. Because honestly, I don't know about you, but every time the ball left Gino's hands, I got worried, bro. I did, and I'm not trying to embellish or everything. I really did, bro. And I was like, "Fuck, man! I hope this shit doesn't get picked off, because yeah, that's gonna fucking suck." And it did it up to one point. But obviously, we noticed that they were keeping it within 10 yards, and that was a decisive factor, you know.
When he threw that interception, I'm going to tell you how I felt, man.
Geno Smith, interceptions, aisle 6.
That's exactly like you're going to the supermarket, man, and he's just handing them out on discounts, 2-for-1 specials. I'll be like, it seems like an every game thing, right? And on this one, it was his bad. He threw it right behind him. He didn't throw it on time. And the catch was like, that's why the catch wasn't made. Yeah. And Gino, that's on him. Did I see pressure in his face? Absolutely. Yes. He had Simmons fucking coming right down his throat.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, he made the throw. He doesn't have to do things, etc. You know? And I mean, like, that's why I'm keep thinking, I'm like, yo, we just got to run the rock, bro. I don't care if Gino throws it 10 times. I don't give a fuck. If we win games by, you know what? maybe we get a couple, 4 and outs, but then we get touchdowns and we're winning. It doesn't matter. Yeah, turnovers on aisle 6. That's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but in this game, we also said we were with Jeff yesterday on his show, and we said, "Hey, whoever wins the turnover battle will win this game." So when you win the turnover battle, it's 3-1. Gino threw 1 interception. Yeah, that was his bad. And guess what? The guy that made the most mistakes lost the game for his team. It was their quarterback, Cam. Cam Ward made a ton of mistakes, and he lost them the game. But that's what happens when you try to trust an inconsistent quarterback.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%, and that's why we're saying that. That's why I say that. Gino sold us, bro. Gino kind of scammed us, and like everybody thought that we were gonna get that Seahawks Gino. We ended up getting New York Jets Gino, and it's just been looking ugly, bro. And yes, great, he had a better game, 1 pick, but we need to see more, bro. You need to do this shit consistently. We need to, usually quarterbacks get 0 picks during a game, and we haven't fucking seen that yet. Like, only we've seen that shit once, and I forgot what game it was. I think it was the Commanders game. We did not turn the ball over. But yeah, we still got like pretty much kind of blown out in that game. And so I just want to see like a mistake-free game from Gino, and just to go ahead and do all the right things. I don't think it's hard to ask at this level, you know. But if this shit continues, obviously, hey, I've said it. That's why I said originally we need to give him 3 games, and I kind of retracted a little bit. I'm like, well, let's just kind of how see this game does, and if he starts doing the same shit as old as he usually does, where he's giving up 2 to 3 interceptions per game, we got to bring Pickett, whether it's going to be the second half, third quarter, fourth quarter, whatever, second quarter, even that. That's something we might have to go ahead and do, because we can't have a 3 to 4 interception game. We can't, and for us to expect to win, and then we're having to go ahead and just put up, fuck around garbage time. Wifey told me, and I was doing something else, and I didn't watch the very very like beginning of the game. They panned, and I get the whole like upper deck was like empty. Shit like that. You're having the nation just bail and just like, we're gonna hang it up for the season because they don't believe in you. Cool. They don't believe in you, Gino. Make them believe in you.
Exactly.
You can do it. You just need to make those reads, bro. And if not, guess what? There's nothing wrong with throwing the ball away. At some point, we'll be like, what the fuck is Gino going to do? There's nobody open. You got the line literally, the pocket collapsed. The line is just letting everybody just run a train through them. What are we going to do, bro? Like, what can he do?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm going to tell you what Gino's going to do, bro. This is going to be Gino at the podium.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Guys, I gotta do better. I'm the one. I'm the quarterback. I have to read the field.
That's what Geno Smith's going to come out to the thing and say on that interception, it was on him. It's literally a disgrace to see the way that he's reading the field. And honestly, it comes down to, I think, him not understanding a lot of the combinations that Chip Kelly's trying to use. Or, you know what, there's a disconnect between his scheme and the quarterback. But it's hard to hear an excuse every week. And I'm telling you guys, it's like, oh, hey, guys, this is on me. We got to do better. I'm the quarterback of this team. Oh, we got a chipmunk. Hold on.
Hey guys, we gotta do better. It's me, Gino. You don't gotta look at anyone else. I'm the one making the decisions. I'm the one making the throws. And I know that Pete trusts in me and the team trust in me. So I'm going to get better this week. And next week against the Chiefs, I'm going to throw 2 more interceptions just to make sure I make Raider Nation happy.
I'd be like, Jay, honestly, man, that's exactly what I feel like.
Oh man, I was like, what the fuck am I hearing, bro? Shit. Damn, bro.
The Chipmunk boys, bro. We got Gino, doing his thing.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, and I feel like,
shout out to No Face Raider, man. The Chipmunk voice.
But I'd be like, when you look at it, Gino is coming out and he's going to stand to the podium, make excuses, say that he has to do better. But then the next week, it's like he's going to go out there and do what he does. And if Chip Kelly doesn't get him back on the reins and say, like, dude, this is what you're doing. And I think that's what he told him today. I don't know about you, Jay, but I saw a lot of short throws. Quick intermediate throws, quick short throws. And I'd be like, those were the throws that made a difference.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, that's what I see him going back to at copy strike from Gino. He goes play action, does things like that. I mean, like, you just gotta keep Gino reined in, and I'm good with him having 10 to 15 throws a game. I'm not really worried about us becoming this high flying aerial assault team.
Yeah.
Let's run the football and win some games.
Yeah. And this is the thing too, and I didn't get to talk about this on yesterday's show, Good Morning Raiders, but Max
Oh man.
captain's got everybody to, he was just like, yo, we need to go ahead and do better. And he said this is the thing where he's going to be doing it every Friday until like we start winning again, like on our own. And I applaud Max, and he stepped up and he's being a captain. Like, and it's not to like get out the, hey, we need to get out of regime or anything like that. And I know the regime is hard, but it was just like, look, we just need to do better. And that's the type of player that Max is, and we've seen it on the field, and we're seeing it in the locker room. So shout out to him. But
yep, absolutely.
Obviously, we were seeing a turnaround. We won the game that we were supposed to win, and now looking towards the next game versus Kansas City, it's like, even though it still looks not good, right? It still looks pretty bad that we're probably not going to go ahead and win that game and move up in the division. I mean, the only thing I can always say, as if there's ever a silver lining, is like divisional games are different.
Can we stop with the silver lining, bro? Like, everybody wants to.
I'm gonna keep that silver lining. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna keep the silver lining because you know what? Silver Linings Playbook. I like that movie. I don't give a damn. I like Bradley, whatever the fuck his name is, and homegirl. She's fucking cute. So whatever, bro. I like that movie. And the boss, Robert De Niro's in that fucking film, bro. So it's all good, bro. I like that film. Don't knock me. Silver lining is that.
Silver lining is that
we got Max, and that's it. No, this is, you get Max, bro, and that's what you get from a guy like him. And he's the heart of his team, and now we're seeing why, bro. And I know it's not looking great, and everybody's just like, this fucking trade Max out and all this bullshit.
No,
yada yada. I'm not with that. That Max is my guy. But I moved on to this point. If he says I want out, okay, let's do it then. Let's go ahead and get you where you want to be. Let's make sure that we get compensated and we get something for your departure. It was great while we have you here. Thank you very much. Good luck to you. And then maybe we can hopefully have you come back and retire as a Raider.
Why are you trying to
until that point?
Why are you trying to depress me after a win, bro? Why are you trying to depress me after a win?
Until
Right
that
now?
day comes, I don't give a damn. I'm saying no, don't trade Max, and I don't care how much heat I get. It's all good. I still love y'all. I still
So,
love Raider Nation, even though y'all will be like, no, trade Max and get
yo,
drafted.
Jay. So let me hit you with this, right? We
Go ahead,
talked
man.
about this player only meeting.
Yeah,
About time somebody has some fucking balls in that building. About time somebody says, yo, let's man up. If we're having fucking problems, let's handle it like men. Here we go. Let's talk about it. And you know what? That's what's going on. And you know what? At the end of the day, a lot of businesses need that.
yeah,
You know, you need to just be honest with each other and keep it real. And if Max Crosby says, hey, we need to vent out some shit, things ain't right, then that's exactly what a leader's supposed to do.
yeah,
So, I mean, like, hey, like I told Jeff, man, I give him big time props for that. Because at the end of the day, bro, like, we look at those players, we look at those people,
yeah,
you know, and we say, hey, are you the leader on this team? And he absolutely is, unquestioned. And I'm with you, bro. I would never, ever, ever want that to happen. All right. Like, if I had a boo button, bro, I would boo it right now to trade it. But I applaud you for saying what you said. If Max Crosby decides, hey, guys, I gave it everything I had, I want out, you know, this isn't for me anymore, then you have to find a suitable trade partner to make
yeah.
it happen for him. But let's not talk about that, baby. We just gotta win. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on. I gotta play finally this fucking Apocalypse Now victory thing. Well, I played it the other day, but let me go ahead and rock it.
Smells like victory.
That's what's up. Again, Raider. If you guys were like at work and couldn't touch your phones, or you living under a rock and you just did not have or you somewhere where you just did not have cell service until now, you're like, fuck, oh shit, Jay Raider's on. That's what's up. I have great news for you. Raiders win 20-10, and that's why you saw Apocalypse Now. Thank God. Finally I got to smoke my cherry cigar, bro. It was delicious. I got my yak. I finished my yak. Salute to
Yes,
everybody
sir.
celebrating out there. If you celebrate this way, it's all good. Whatever way you celebrate, I don't care. I celebrate both ways. It's all good. Salute to you guys. Salute. My Cavassier, my yak with my cigar, and then that was the last of it. And you already know, man. But Raiders win 20-10, and it was a lot of the mostly Raiders throughout the game. There was some point where I'm like, there was a slow time, and it was. I didn't say shit for like almost a full quarter, bro. It was like 3/4 of a quarter. I didn't say shit, and I'm like, oh well, moving on because it was that bad, and we didn't do anything really relative, and we, both teams kind of looked like shit. We finally we're able to go ahead and put up a score, with Mike Mayer, with Big Mike, and that's what's up. That's a highlight for the half, and but yeah, man, it wasn't pretty, but it is a win, and we did win by double digits, which is great. And like when I say by double digits, what I mean is just like basically we went out there and we made a statement that we are way fucking better than the Tennessee Titans, and that's all we
But,
wanted to do.
doesn't that
That's
make you
all we
feel
needed
better?
to do.
That
It
makes you feel
does.
a little bit better, doesn't it?
Three
Like to
dog.
say,
We didn't win
like,
by three. We didn't win by a touchdown. We won by 10 points. And at the end, yes, defense, let them back in the door, and I was just not. I wasn't comfortable with that, but we ultimately ended up shutting the door on them, and we're able to go ahead and pull out the dub. But at least it's something we could go ahead and build towards. Obviously, we got the quiz next Sunday, and that's going to be a difficult one. Really quick shout out to our guy Raider Jeff again. He said this one is about equal to saying your first kiss you've ever had was with your sister. Look, Jeff, I don't want to hear about your hillbilly escapades. I'm not doing it. Stop it. Keep that shit in the vault, dog. We don't need to know about what's going on back there. You know what I mean? Like, I know Rhode Island was like that. I can assume, but you know, I'm saying,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. He told me, he's like, well, when we went out there, he's like, well, you got to be careful out here. He's like, there's a lot of that, bro. I was like, hey, whoa. He's like, yeah, because I was fucking around, and he's like, bro, he's like, well, there's a lot of those around here, and I was like, oh shit. All right, well, I guess I better start acting correct.
You better fucking act correctly, bro. Don't fuck around over there in Rhode Island, dog. You never get found and shit. Man, that's funny. Shout out to Alec. He says PGs was saying, "What the fuck? That was awesome." Yes, defense again, saving the day and helping us, you know, stay in the game. To be honest with you, and I think it would have been a different team. It would have gone differently, dog. So.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens because this schedule does not get easier, bro. It does not. You know, we have the Chiefs next week. After that, it's a bye week. Then we go back. We're back at home at Allegiant with the Jaguars, and Jaguars are actually doing fucking good for once or second time around. And so, me thinking like, oh shit, this is gonna be a game where I can go ahead and like, and get the dub. It's like, fuck, we're probably not going to get the dub against T-Law and Liam Cohen and the Jaguars. But then we go back on the road and on literally 3 days later or 4 days later versus the Broncos in Denver. I don't think I'm going to go to that one, but you're going to go to that one. You'll be at that one. I might go. I don't know, bro. I might surprise. I'll be like, yo, dog, I'm heading
No,
over
we
there.
got, hey, you come in. We got to do the post-game reaction live. We do the post-game reaction live, bro.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I'll be like, yo, meet me at the 5850 bar, bro. Like,
no, 280's closing.
That's where we celebrate. Shout out to the Black Hole in Denver. They do
no. Hey, it's gonna be at Whiskey Stadium this year. So there's a place called Whiskey off 16th Street. That's where they used to do it. It used to be the biggest one. That's where they're going to have it. So make sure that you guys are locked in for Denver. Hey, we're going to be doing the post-game reaction show live.
We'll see. I don't know yet. I don't know
get Jay to come up.
I'll see, bro. I don't know, man. It's going to be rough because I'll be in Vegas a couple of days before that. Really quick shout out to No Face Raider with a $5 macaroni. He says, shout out to Raider Nation 510 for letting me know about this channel. Way better than the fake Jets / Raider Rents fan channel. Look, man, it's all good. Whatever you like. Hey, man, I just appreciate you pulling up. That's happening, dog. And we're just gonna keep it real, and that's what's up. That's the only way I can operate. I can't speak for anybody else. You know, salute to everybody. It's all good. All the other content creators, wherever if they do the damn thing, you already know. If you've been watching me for a while, you already know how I do. I rock with everybody. Salute to everybody. So, hey, man, just appreciate you tapping in and being a subscriber, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute. Yeah. Hey, Jeff is like, oh, hell yeah. Forget that fool. All right. Oh, man. You cold-blooded, bro. You cold-blooded. Yeah, Alec M. He says Simmons did give us a lot of trouble today. They do, bro. That offensive line needs to be definitely readjusted. I don't know, man. I'm still not. I want Parham out, bro, and I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. And that's sad to say because I feel like he's the guy who needs to be called out along way with Forsyth. But the thing with Forsyth is that you're just stuck with him, dog. Who really can you swap him out with?
Nobody.
Not Charles Grant. That's the only dude that you can put in there. But Pete's like, no, he ain't ready. Like, when is he going to be ready, Pete? Like, really, you never know. I mean, we did the same shit with DJ Glaze, and DJ Glaze worked out for us last year. DJ Glaze has regressed, yes, but he's still there. And I did see him put up a good block in this game. I forgot who he picked up, and he did put up a block because if he would have let him go and not blocked him or half-ass blocked him with the arm, he literally would have broke Gino in half. I always saw that coming. He was able to go ahead and pick up the block. So there's still a lot of hope for DJ Glaze. It's only his second year. I feel if you have the proper coach behind him, he can go ahead and get better. The thing is that he doesn't, and that's why we're seeing that regression. That the coaching matters, y'all, 100%. If you don't have the right coaches in place, you're gonna see certain areas falter, and that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing in the offensive line. You know, say whatever you want. You know, I'm still sticking with my guns. Brandon Carroll is not the guy, and he needs to go ahead and stick behind Joe Philbin. Let's just keep it a bean, because with Joe Philbin, we were better. Not leaps and bounds, but we were fucking better. The coverage was better. Pass pro was better. Run game was better. This was flipped. We saw the run game better, but the pass pro was the shit that was lacking. So we can never have that balanced game and that offensive line, and we need to have that to be competitive. Pete, you need to have pass pro and run game blocking be on the same level for us to be able to go ahead and really be dominant and successful out there. And we're not going to do that if it's always like one or the other. It can't be one or the other. It has to be balanced. And that's the shit that they don't understand. So I don't know. I don't know what you do with all that, bro. I don't know what you do with all that with Brendan Carr and all that
Give him
shit.
a podium.
Shout out to yeah, podium. I think I'm saying. Am I saying it right? I don't even know. The smart miss. Shout out. Salute, big bro. Salute, bro. Go Raiders. We finally got a win. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you, my guy. Shout out to you. Appreciate you, my guy. Accelerator asks, do you think we make any moves during the bye? I'm pretty sure we're going to see some moves happen during the bye. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that notification on my channel, because anytime news goes off, I'm going to go on during that bye week. I feel that we're going to go ahead and move on from Jacoby. We're going to find a trade partner. I feel that we're going to go ahead and move some guys around maybe, and also acquire some guys. This is the thing, though, and I want to go ahead and put y'all into the mode that don't expect big names to be splashed. Don't expect a super big trade. The biggest trade, if we move on for Jacoby, that's going to be your biggest trade. Nothing else is going to happen from that. We're just going to continue getting like deaf guys and all that. I hope I'm wrong, but that's really the indicator that's been going on all season long. All off season up until this point in this season, we haven't moved the needle on that part. And that's the thing with Spytech. I think he's just so concerned about planning for next year. He's not really doing big moves for this year, even though Pete wants to win this year. And that's where the disconnect lies between Spytech and Pete Carroll, because one is trying to do something, the other one is like, look, motherfucker, I don't have 10 years. I have 3 years, maybe. And that's it. 4 years, maybe. That's it. And I have to go ahead and put a winning product on the field between now and then. I need to win now. And Spytech is just not about that. So there's a disconnect. However you want to go ahead and chop it up, I feel that there's something going on behind the scenes there for sure. What are your thoughts about that? Let me ask you, what are your thoughts about, whole Pete and Spytech? Do you think they're not being on the same page? Obviously, we know that Pete and Chip are not on the same page, but now with Spytech, do you think they're not on the same page the way we drafted and went through free agency and all that?
Oh man, not on the same page. They're not even on the same planet, bro, on the same universe. Like, let's be real, man. Like, if you look at the way our team is constructed, it is bad, right? Like, the things we want to do, we can't do. The guys that we thought we were going to bring in, and this is where I'm thinking there's a dissension, right? Pete has his guys. He wants to bring in his guys because he's in win now situation. Spytech wants to be like, hey, I want to maximize my dollars. I want to bring guys that are getting maximum value. I want to bring in draft picks that are going to be, worth it. Guys like that, right? So when you start looking at it, I'm like, they're on two different paths. One's on a short-term path, the other one's on the long-term path. Spytech, what he wants is longevity. He wants to be here a long time. He wants to bring in so much talent through his rookie classes that he's able to sustain, just like the Buccaneers are. And you bring in talent at a lower dollar and maximize, your free agency money. He don't care. He wants to win right now. I want to compete. I want to bring in my guys. I want to bring in Gito. I want to bring in Tyler Lockett. I want to bring in these guys. I'll be like, that's probably what he's banging for. So in my opinion, I think him and Spytech have two different paths, but I think there's a way in the middle, right? Mm-hmm. Pete wants to leave knowing that, or letting everyone know that he can still do it, that he can still make teams into a championship team, that he can still produce.
He still has it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what he's coming back for. And you and I know this, bro. Like, he didn't come back for anything more. He doesn't have anything more to accomplish. They already said the man's going to wear a yellow jacket when he's done. But I'm going to tell you like this, too. He underestimated the job that has to be done here. He underestimated what they are looking at. And there lies the biggest problem, especially when you tell Raider Nation, we're going to win, and we're going to win a lot.
Yeah.
If he would have came in and said, hey, you know what, guys? This is going to be a rebuild year. We're going to struggle. We're going to go through growing pains. We're going to have, blah, blah, blah. Then most people would probably be like, hey, it's just part of the growing pains. But no, we want to compete. Look at like Justin
wins. Yeah, and that's the thing. And just kind of piggybacking off what you're saying is like P had to go out and do all that extra and promise 10 wins. Well, I feel like we can go get 10 wins. Why are you doing that, bro? Like, damn well we didn't get all the pieces we needed to get. We had a serious liability in that slot position on our defense, and we didn't get any real big safety out there. We didn't get a real big corner out there. So it's like, we lost Christian Wilkins on top of that. And then now you went ahead and got rid of Jermaine Pratt. It's like, just be honest, just keep it a beat. Just like, look, we're going to go out there. There's going to be some struggles out there, but we're going to go try to put out the best product and get as many wins as possible. But just know that this might take a while for us to really see that real hard dominance that the Raiders once were. So if you would just said all that, just be like, look, we just, there's things that we just have to work on, and it's not going to be quite done on year one. Cool. You would have had everybody on this chat. Shout out to 130 in the building. Appreciate you guys. Make sure if you guys haven't done so, hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys haven't done what are you waiting for, hit that subscribe button, especially. Appreciate you guys. But I mean, like you would have had a different Raider Nation. Come on and said, all right, cool. We wouldn't be up in arms because we wouldn't know what time it was. But it's okay. I mean, I get the part from Pete saying, like, he has to be that rah-rah. Like, what the fuck? We're not gonna win this season, but make it fluffy, motherfucker. Like, I'm pretty sure you get somebody to Chat GBT. He don't know about Chat GBT yet. We gotta get him. We gotta get him down there.
And that's the thing. You can't, like he said, we're gonna win a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why can't you say, hey man, it's gonna take some time, but then we're gonna get used to winning. We're gonna build a winning culture. We're gonna do things like this in order for us to be successful. But here's the biggest problem too, right? As soon as Pete Carroll came, tell me how many people that you're listening to that podcast on, just like this one, went, oh, Pete Carroll's in the building. We're already going to be a playoff team. All Pete Carroll does is win. Oh, Pete Carroll's this and this and this. But again, this league is the not for long league for a reason. It doesn't matter what you did in your past. It matters what you're doing for me today.
Exactly.
You know, and that's where I think, like you said, if he came in and said, hey, we're going to struggle, we're going to rebuild, we're going to find the right solutions, we're going to try to make the right decisions for this team. Right now, we'd be like, oh, you know what? This is where we're supposed to be at. And this is honestly where we're supposed to be, bro. Like, tell me that you see a playoff roster on this team.
No, I do not. And this is the thing. If we were to make the playoffs, let's say, we have to win the next, 2 out of 3 games.
Oh, dude, if we make the playoffs,
let's say we would beat the Broncos for some way, shape, or form.
We can.
We wouldn't have won our next 3 games. We wouldn't, we would have to win this game to get in right now. Let me do this analogy. Let's say we had to win this game to get in, right? Fuck no. We're going to be 1-out. We're going to be 1 and done, just like the Chokers and their playoff appearance versus the Titans last year. And that's what it was, bro. And that's how we would be. I don't see us that's great. We made the playoffs, but and really, in order for us to suffice and please everybody in Raider Nation, because Raider Nation has not seen a win in a very, very long time. It's been 20, what we're going on 22 years since we were at the Super Bowl last time in the 2002. It's not going to cut it, man. It is not. Like, we need to win a Super Bowl. We need to be toward that trajectory of getting past a wild card, getting to the divisional game, or getting into the league championship game. That's the only way we're going to go ahead and really be able to say, all right, cool, these guys are building towards something, or being in the playoffs consecutively. But eventually, you're gonna wind up like the Cowboys. Is like, okay, cool, you make the playoffs, but you can't advance more than the first round. Like, you're 1 and done as soon as you get to that wild card game. Like, that doesn't do you any good either. So, in order for us to go ahead and progress as a team and build something towards that greatness that we were once before, is that we need to go ahead and build something solid for the future. If that's gonna take another year or 2, all right, cool, but let's get it right. Let's do it right. Let's not just half-ass this shit or band-aid this shit like we did. We did, again, another band-aid this year with Geno Smith, and that's what it was. And my whole thing was okay, cool, we got Geno Smith. I'm down with that. But we need to still draft a quarterback for the future, and we failed to do that. And that's where we're at now. Because Cam Miller, I saw Cam Miller from my own eyes, bro. He needs work. He does need work. It's going to take that kid a very long time to maybe develop into something. I don't know. That's the sad part. Like, it could be an AOC situation, or it could be like this dude might be like the next, either Kyler Murray or fucking what's his name from Josh Allen. You don't know. You just have to kind of play it out, bro. It'll just be that situation. So that's a sad part about all this shit. You just have to roll the dice, but you got to draft good, bro. You got to draft good.
Yeah.
Getting drunk in the Mexico. There you go, man. For sure.
Best way to celebrate the win.
Yeah. But man, at the end of the day, we got the win. We're 2-4. We can try to build something towards this season. And I'm gonna just say this. We're 5 wins again. We're 5 wins away from betting our season. So there's still some time to go ahead and get some more wins in this month. Not a lot. I'm gonna just
let me ask you this.
Not a lot of wins yet, but you can pull some out.
So I'm going to tell you like this, Jay.
Yeah,
it's hard because Jay Raider Nation will be disappointed either way. If we get good enough to make it into the playoffs and then lose in the playoffs, what is the first thing Raider Nation gonna say? Oh, we made it so far. We can't draft a quarterback. Now we can't draft the guy that we need.
Oh, we said that, bro. There was somebody there earlier that said that they're like, okay, cool. That didn't mean anything for us. I'm like, bro, this is like the sixth game. Like, what are you talking about?
This is what I don't understand.
You have like 4 more games to go.
Yeah,
You know?
because I mean, like, I don't understand this, man. I mean, like, for real. Like, I go, like, it's game 6, and you want us to pack it up? You want us to call it a wrap and be like, okay, hey, Max Crosby, go sit on the bench, bro. Want you to ride the pine. Hey, JPJ, you call it a day too. Ashton Genty, you know what? Just the rest of your rookie season, don't even worry about it, bro.
Just relax.
Just go to the strip club. Just go spend your money at the strip club, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, we can't call it after that. And I'm gonna tell you, like, this is what made me excited. And I brought it up. Man, if we went 1-5, only 4 teams have made the playoffs. 0 have won the Super Bowl. If we go 2-4, 19 teams have made the playoffs from that. And 4 have won the Super Bowl. So to say like that the positioning for the team and the morale and everything doesn't change from this win is total bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I think the disposition of the team will change, you know. I think you'll see some positive movement. We got to win. But of course, in this win, of course, we're going to be critical. You know, because at the end of the day, bro, we didn't see perfection and we know how bad that team is.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this, Jay. Did you see a 6-4 team or a 6-win team this week? Did you see a 6-win team maybe? Do you see 6 wins or do you see 4?
I see 5 wins, bro. And it's kind of going to that line of where we got that prediction right before the beginning of the season where they had us as 5-12. And honestly, I still see, looking at this schedule, looking at the way we played today, I see us 5 wins, bro. And I still think that's a failure. I honestly think of us as not a success, because unless we go, 9-8 or 10-7, then I think we can find that as more of a success. But at least for us to be able to build off something 7-10, and I don't think we're near 7-10. And as the way the schedule sits, with literally KC next week, Jaguars, you got Broncos a couple of days after that, a few days after that, then it's Cowboys. You got the Browns, which a game that you might win, but between Chiefs, Broncos, and Jaguars and Cowboys, you're not winning those games. It'll be very hard. The way that we're performing now, if there's some adjustments made and whatnot, and we have to go ahead and sit Gino, we might be able to go ahead and steal a couple of those. But aside from the Browns, that's the only game that I see winning. Beyond that, which is like Chargers, Broncos, Eagles, we have to go to Philly in fucking cold, and then go to Houston after that to go play over there with that team. That we might be able to steal one from Houston, but from the Titans. But other than that, it's just rough, bro.
No, I get what you're saying. I get the way that I saw it right there, I think I see 5 wins, maybe a 6th, right? If we steal one. What I'm saying is, at least if we get 6, I feel like we had hope. I feel like we got a little bit more than last year, right? We're stepping in the right direction. And it all depends on the way we lose these last games. If we get blown out by the Eagles and we look like a retarded team out there, then it's different, right? If we lose by 3. If we lose by 3 to the Eagles, tell me, Jay, you're not going to be sitting here surprised that we only lost by 3.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Even if they play like shit, even if the Eagles play like shit, I'll be like, it's the fucking Eagles. I don't give a damn. You're
going to be like, damn, it's the Eagles, bro. Yeah. You're going to be like, we lost by 3 to the Eagles? Oh, shit. Like, oh, okay. Like, our team's not that bad.
Yeah, we almost pulled off a New York Giants, bro, and that's the thing. Fucking Giants making them, and that's the thing. When you make moves, when you change it, I mean, and this is the difference maker. This is why I think Raiden is just so upset is that we didn't go out and draft an actual meaningful quarterback. Look at the New York Giants. Brian Dable made the gamble and switched up from Russell Wilson to Jackson Dart, and fucking Jackson Dart is paying dividends. It's so bad that my fucking wifey has to point that shit out during the fucking game. That we're so fucking ass. We have to ride with Gino that we have to go ahead and pull out. Like she had to pull out the Jackson Dart. Like, look at Jackson Dart. He fucking won the game the other day. I'm like, I know. She knew about she knew about Jackson Dart because I talked about him so much last year during like the whole draft era.
I get what you're
saying. That's what she knows about Jackson Dart, you know? And this year up into the draft.
Tell me you feel like, all right, so we're on the Jackson Dart thing.
Yeah.
Tell me you feel like we got robbed with drafting Ashton Genty. Tell me you feel that way.
I don't think we got robbed in the sense where we didn't get. He's not worth that pick. That should be over and done with. He's worth that 6th pick. Now this is the thing, and I love shout out to Genty. I love Genty, and he knew you know what I'm talking about Genty. I'm not saying much into it. I fucked up, Genty.
Love you, bro.
There's a sword behind that, and I fucked up, and I don't want to say it because it's embarrassing. But like, either way, he knows what I'm talking about. Okay.
Hey, I'll be right back, bro. I'll be right back.
All right, cool. But this is the thing. I don't feel that we didn't hit on Genty. Is the fact that there was other dudes that we could have went out there and gotten that were equal-ish to Genty, and we could have still produced a really good run game, and we could have still went out and got a quarterback. Jeff knows what the fuck I'm talking about. If he's still here, Jeff knows. And we were talking the whole time about right before the draft and right up to the point of the draft that, look, we should go out and get like an Amari Hampton. There's Trayvon Henderson, and we didn't go and do that. We went out and got Genty in the first, and that's cool. And maybe Mason Graham. I heard like Mason Graham was the guy who was supposed to be the guy, and we had to go ahead and settle for Genty. We don't know, right? We don't know. We're not in the minds. We don't know, right? It's all good. The point being is that we could have gotten a different guy. We could have traded back, got down the trough, or got Jackson Dart or whoever, right? And in that position, I probably would have gotten down a few spots for that position, but it's okay. Got Jackson Dart, and then we could have drafted a running back later. We didn't do that. We went ahead and got Ashton Genty, and cool. It's on that front, it's working out, but it's just it's either way. It's still a failure for the regime not being able to go ahead and pick up a quarterback within the first 3 rounds. And this is the thing: we're gonna have to. We need to go ahead and do that for the next years to come. It's just try to draft a quarterback within the first 2 rounds to try to until we find our guy, to find the guy that's going to be the guy of the future, right? And I'm talking about 10 years here at, in Las Vegas. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the guy who's going to be another like Max Crosby type guy who's going to be the quarterback for this team. Is going to be the face of this team, because as much as I love Max, hey, yo, look, I'm rocking my 9.8. All right, I love Max. I love Max,
sir.
but he shouldn't be the face of the team per se. It should be a quarterback. Let's keep it a bean. It should be a quarterback who should be the face of the team, but it's not, because there's no fucking buddy here that's worthy of that title offensively outside of Brock Bowers. Now we got Ashton Genty. He might be the guy, but a quarterback usually takes that mantle. There's nobody here to be able to go ahead and justify it. And that's my fucking point.
Bro,
we need to go ahead and put the emphasis on the quarterback for next year, especially if we want to continue putting – if we were serious about putting a winning product on the field, there has to be a successor to Gino, because if – let's say, for example, we keep Gino next year. All right, cool, we keep Gino next year. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be here for year 3, right? And we don't lose money on year 3 or very little. Next year, we lose $10 million if we decide to go ahead and move on from him. So we can even run that route. That's how they packaged it up. That's a contract. And I know because I'm the one who covered the contract when it first came out. That's how I interpreted it. So we can move on essentially from Geno next year and we take a $10 million hit. It just depends on your perspective, depending what side are you on, right? If you're on the Spytech side and you're like, okay, cool, we can go out and get another guy and we only lose 10 mil. If you're on the Geno side, well, we lose 10 mil. What the fuck? We could go out and get another receiver, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? That's the way you go ahead and put it. But there has to be an answer for the future, and that's my point. I know I'm on this long-winded rant. I'm on my soapbox. Hey, bro.
Like, damn.
I'm on my soapbox. I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to make a point here. You brought it up.
You baby,
I brought it up, and I'm putting a cap on it. Damn it, Will.
Hey, so
Shout out. Wait a minute. Shout out to my guy D. He's like first time here. Jay Raider, been Raiders fan since 1990 era. Always a Raider fan forever. Yes, sir. I mean, I was already fit, bro. It's to the point where I see the Bo Jackson commercials, dog. That's really what attracted me to the Raiders, and they were on KTLA in LA because I'm originally from LA. I'm an LA guy through and through. I don't live in LA anymore, but I was an LA guy. The Raiders are fucking on. It wasn't the Rams were on too, but it wasn't always the Rams. It was the fucking Raiders. The Raiders, bro. And if you're from the hood, bro, you rocking Raiders.
Yes, sir.
They're the dudes that represent the hood. There's the dudes, they're blue collar guys. That's who they represented, man. And man, it's been that long, dog. Damn, it's been that long. Jackson, he's on my Mount Rushmore, bro, for sure. Shout out to No Face Ray. We just didn't make the right moves during the draft. 100% agree. We did not draft 100% correctly. We didn't. Outside of Astro-Genti, yeah, we got Besh. Cool. But we don't know what Jack Besh is because we don't play him enough. Thornton, now we know what Thornton is. He's not the guy. He needs way more development. He's fast, but we don't utilize him correctly in the scenarios where he has to go up and catch the ball, right? He's not that guy, and plus he won't go up and catch the ball. Darian Porter, he looks like he might work out, but he needs more. Right now, he needs more reps. Caleb Rogers, Charles Grant, JJ Piggy's talking him away. Have not been really on the field to see anything significant. First of all, those two linemen that I just mentioned, they haven't been on the field. The two other guys, JJ Pegues was on the field, and he showed that there's a promise there, but we haven't seen him enough. And then Cam Miller is on the practice squad, so literally it's just been Genti, bro. Genti and Besh and Thornton. That's really been the guys, man. So we really, this next draft is going to be Spytek's second draft, and I hope he really knocks that out of the park and really drafts really good and addresses this offensive fucking line. I hope he sees this shit. I hope YouTube clips this short and just be like send it to John Spytek. He needs to see this draft offensive line. Come on, bro. What you're seeing, I know that is not up to your standard. He's the guy about standards, and he was preaching all this shit. To me, this is not it. But we're too in it to change it now, I think. I don't know. What are your thoughts with the whole drafting thing? Well,
ladies and gentlemen, Jay Raider in the motherfucking building.
That's what I think, brother. I mean, it's a difficult thing with the draft, right? You want to draft the best player available. Last year, you had Brock Bowers fall to you. So you got Ashton Genti that falls to you. And you have a depletion at quarterback, but you also have an empty spot at running back, you know? And you're looking for the most effective way to create a winner. And it's harder to groom a quarterback than it is a running back. But what I think is next year, I think you'll find that. I think you're going to find that they're going to address the quarterback position early. You're going to find that they're going to do their research with the guys, and you're going to make sure that they get the right guy. I think I'd rather get the right guy than it be premature. And I'm not sure that they thought that Jackson Dart was the guy.
Yeah.
And remember that Spytech wasn't working with his scouts. He was working with the previous regime's scouts, getting their information. So there might be some misinformation, some different thoughts. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm with you there, bro. I mean, like, I couldn't sit there and say that I disagree with you on one thing, but on just one. And I will tell you like this, the face of the franchise will sometimes be a defensive player when he transcends that type of scheme, where he transcends it. He's a game changer like Lawrence Taylor, like Reggie White.
Yeah.
You know, guys like that have that ability. And I do believe Max Crosby does have that ability as well. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think Max Crosby is the guy that can transcend, bro. I mean, look, I love Max, but I mean, to me, it's just like we will never be a winning franchise until we have that quarterback, until we have the right coaching in the building and in all facets. Now, I'm not talking about head coach with P. I'm talking about all around. We just need to be solid all around and all aspects of the three game that we have to go ahead and do, which is defense, offense, and special teams, right? We have to be solid all the way around. And if we're not, and if his coordinator's off, we're never gonna go ahead and do the thing that we want to do, which is win a Super Bowl. We're never gonna do that. So, for me with Pete, it's like, look, he's here this year. And depending how many more wins that we get, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to think like he's invested in the right. His heart is in the right place, but I don't think he just can do it. Where if we give him the draft picks, if we give him the ability to go ahead and draft the guys, I don't think he's going to be able to go ahead and do that effectively. I don't trust that part yet. I don't trust that part. The way everything that has transpired this offseason, I don't think it's going to happen in that on that aspect. And then however that looks, whether he's here for 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, which I think is going to be here for maybe 2 years, the way it's looking right now. Then you're gonna have to hand it off to a new guy and start this process all over again because they're gonna want to bring in their guys. It's a whole other thing, right? But whatever it boils down to, we just have to go ahead and always continue to put the future in mind and go out and at least get the quarterback for the future. Go ahead and draft an offensive line and build through that. We need to have core pieces, and until those things are addressed, we're never going to progress, bro. We're going to continue seeing these band-aids as we go along for sure. Shout out to John Leon. He says, Ben Sheena, period. He's not our future. Time to move on. Shout out to John Leon. Even though he had a better game. I mean, that's what I said. Like, I put that poll up on IG as soon as he threw that pick. I was like, dude, should we bench him? Should we stick with him?
I'd be like, whatever. But if you think about it, right? Like, think about that. You threw up your poll on IG, right?
Yeah.
Jay, how many people that really like know football like are gonna answer on that? Most people are emotional fans that think about it and they go like,
yeah.
Like,
I want the emotion. This is an emotional poll.
Yeah.
I want to get the raw like feelings, and you might have those other people.
A coach doesn't think like that. Like a coach doesn't think like that, right? He's analyzing the game. It was already late in the fourth quarter. The game was in hand. It wasn't out of hand. He threw an interception. Okay. At least it wasn't at a time that was like, dude, like he threw an interception and it lost us the game, right? So we have to look at it, and Gino's going to have to address it. but because he won the game, and again, winning the game remedies a lot of things, right? Like
Yeah.
winning cures all. It doesn't matter if we're right now, if we were 6-0 and he had 9 and 10 interceptions, do you think we would be talking about his 10 interceptions or the fact that the Raiders are 10-0? You see what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, bro. I asked that
So,
during the game. Like, we wouldn't have a certain conversation, especially that Bears game, if we would have won that game.
mhm.
Yeah, would have that game would have went totally different. And that's
So
the thing is because
let's
we
say
have
if we
to.
win the Bears game, right, and we win this game,
Mhm.
that would make us what, 3-3?
That would make us. Yeah, I think that would make us 3-4. I think. Hold on, wait.
No, that would make us 3-3
That
because
was three
right
three.
now
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
2-4.
that would make us 3-3, and a 3-3 team looks different than a 2 and
And
4 team. That looks different from a 1-5 team for sure.
yeah, so I mean, like, and I think like winning cures all again. And I mean, like, at the end of the day, we got the win, but we have to do better. What up, Raider? That's like, what's up, my guy?
Hey, really quick shout out to my guy, to our guy Predator in the building with
Yes,
Raiders!
you already know,
Albuquerque in the building.
Albuquerque.
I know.
That's it. Yeah,
He's like, hey, I'm Albuquerque. Hey,
I'm
I didn't know
Albuquerque.
that
Yeah,
there's more than
I'm
one
Albuquerque.
person there.
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, we brought you part of the South, so we broadcasting out of the Southwest, y'all.
Hey,
Southwest putting
you
it
know
down.
what's crazy?
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain Range, Colorado, New Mexico. Raiders in the motherfucking building.
Bro, that's wild, man, to see how Raider Nation's all over.
We're all over, man. Hey, yo, we're in Texas, we in Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona. Shout out to everybody in Phoenix. Hey, salute to everybody. I had a great time out there when I pulled up for that Raiders Cardinal preseason game. Salute to everybody. Obviously, we based out in Nevada, but our roots are always California bred, Killer Cali in the building, NorCal, SoCal, now Vegas. You already know it. This is a motherfucker. This is why we are the Raider Nation, because it goes all the way to the arm length of Raider Jeff, who's out of motherfucking Rhode Island, New England, holding it down in the cold ass weather. It's not cold yet, but it's gonna be. It's gonna be. But that's how we roll, man.
Yes,
This is what we
sir.
do for sure, for sure. Salute to our guy John. He says, talking about emotions, 3 interceptions and 2 we should have been should have been benched a long time ago. Nothing to do with emotion and fans. I agree with that. It should have been done that, but
Yeah, but it
whatever,
hasn't
you know,
been
we
done.
know why the reason was. It's not, we don't know why, but we know now why, because Gino's Pete's guy, and it's not gonna happen until Gino has like a disastrous game, and then I think that's when he gets pulled. But I think because Raider Nation's just putting so much pressure on this regime with all the bullshit, all the empty
Yeah,
promises, and everything that's just transpired up until this point. Now Pete and Chip and everybody else has been feeling that heat. Now I think that Gino Leash is shorter. I think it's
yeah.
quite a bit shorter, not significantly shorter, which is like super short, but it is shorter.
No,
I
bro, it's
think
super
like,
short.
yeah, I think if he fucks up and has like another 2 to 3 interception game, I think he's gonna be done. You know, everybody's saying that career is gonna be done. It might be that. It might be where, you know, he might get dropped next year, and then the next job he picks up is gonna be another backup journeyman type, you know,
Bro,
position
he's gonna be selling
at
peanuts
some
at
other
the
team.
stadium because he'd be throwing out too many interceptions.
Uh,
They'll be like,
They'll
peanuts.
probably fire him because he throws up so many interceptions, bro. They'll be like, this motherfucker can't connect to the fucking customer, bro. They'll be like, I'm getting all these refunds and shit I have to do. Fuck that guy. They're gonna fire him, bro. You know what I mean?
So I get what you're saying there, and here's the thing, right? I think his leash is super short. I mean, and I don't really think it's going to take a 3 interception game. people are like, oh, another 3 interception game. I think it's going to take another game where Gino loses us the game.
Yeah.
You know, where he's the one that's responsible for whether we're up or down. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to make Gino either be the starting quarterback of this team because he continues to win. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters, Jay. Like we both talked about it. That's all that matters. That's all we talk about. Oh, we won. It doesn't matter if you win by 1 point or you win by 1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
So him being like, getting one interception with it not being volatile in the game. But I'll tell you this. If he throws 2 interceptions against the Chiefs and we're not moving the ball and he's throwing pick sixes and we lose the game in a really bad fashion, don't be amazed if we see Kenny Pickett coming out as the starting quarterback after the bye week.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I agree. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we'll see Kenny Pickett at some point this season.
I think so too. But here's the thing.
Friend, it's the question is when now. So when
so many things have to happen, bro. So many things have to happen in order for that to happen, right?
Exactly.
Like, as much as I want to say, yeah, it's going to be like next week. I don't know. If we go and we beat the Chiefs, does our tune change? I'd be like, if we beat the Chiefs, how do you feel? If he throws 3 touchdowns, 1 interception against the Chiefs, what are we going to say?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, really quick, appreciate everyone who's in the building. We have almost 150 in the building. Appreciate you guys pulling up and tapping in. Make sure you guys haven't done so already. Hit that like and subscribe button on this channel and on my channel. Appreciate you guys pulling up and tapping in. And I got the link for this channel on X. Salute to everybody on X. We have over 120 in the building over there, man. Salute. But hey, make sure you guys go ahead and get your comments, questions in. We're gonna go ahead and be wrapping it up in a few minutes. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up on those questions for sure. My guy No Face Ray, he says, "Peanut, get your peanuts hot and non-catchable peanuts here." You already know.
Peanuts by Gino. Peanuts.
Yes. Shout out to our guy Predator with the $2 super sticker. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute. There you go. There's a short fist pump and then like Raider Will. There you go. Hey, bro. I thought he thought he saw I have a picture of the Jersey Shore like right above my head too. That is a picture that the wifey took. Shout out to the wife. She's from Jersey. Shout out to Waitsy. He's from Jersey. But wifey took that picture at the shore, which I already been to the shore. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? I say the shore. I shout out to everybody at the shore, man. There's great people out there, out in Jersey, man. Salute to them. Much love. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I was like, the Jersey Shore fist pump, bro. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Predator. He says, I'm glad I got my 2 brothers on one pod. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whenever you're ready, bro, we get you on the post cam. I know sometimes you be out and about. Today you were at the crib, bro. I should man, I'm gonna hit you up next time. I'm gonna send you the link, dog. You already know, bro. Gotta get your take on this shit. You already know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Make sure you check out my boy Pred. He's actually out and he's gonna be out in El Paso next weekend. Hold on, let me go ahead and pull the thing up. Yes, he sent it to me. I got to pull it up on the pod. This is the time to go ahead and do it. We have almost 150 in the building. Salute to everybody out there. Man, make sure you go ahead. And if you are in the not New Mexico, but the El Paso area, Rudo's Halloween party, special appearance from my guy, the Predator, is going to be there for that KC game. Make sure you guys go ahead and pull up. It's going to be a raffle. Adults and kids are going to be there. Make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for that one. It's going to be a hot one. Salute to Pred. on doing that one. I don't know, man. I might hit you up about that one. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that one. But so to
Hey,
our
Fred,
guys.
you got to get him to come to Denver. You got to get him to
Oh,
come to
I think he's
Denver.
gonna go to Denver, bro. I think he's gonna. I think he says he's gonna go to Denver. The
Oh,
thing
no, you got
is
to
like,
get Jay to come.
oh, you gotta get me to come. I don't know, man. I might,
No.
bro. But this is the thing. Like, I'm gonna be out in Vegas on that Jaguar game. I'm gonna be there a few days before we got the time approved. So I don't know, man. I might have to put like a Houdini to go out to Denver. But I don't know, man. Like Denver's playing. I don't know, man. We'll see, bro. I usually go to that one. I'm a
I'd be
little
like,
hesitant for that
bro, they only beat the Jets 13-11. And the
one.
Jets are 0-6.
Yeah.
They're worse than the Titans.
I gotta get the ticket and everything, man. Look, there you go. There you go. You see what you started with, Jake. Come with the Prairie. We doing it, baby. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what's up. Because I told the wife, I'm like, yo, we should go out to Denver. I miss Denver. I was out, I go to Denver every year for the game. The last 2 years, I've been going to that Denver Raider game,
Oh, I
Raider
love
Denver
going to
game,
Denver
right?
Raiders. Yeah.
Denver Bronco game, however you want to slice it. But I was there for like almost 2 months just for the old job that I had. They had me out there training for like 2 months. So I live in the winter too. They had me go out there like right after Thanksgiving. So I was out there for 2 months in Denver. It was cool. I brought the fam out for a lot of occasions, and wifey and my stepson, actually got to like really experience Denver, which is cool, man. And you know, for me, Denver's is like a hop skip away, like Phoenix is.
Oh, that's
Much
how I
cooler, bro.
feel. And that's why I'm like, man, when people go like, Will, why don't you go? Like, and I've gone to a couple games at Allegiant, and they go like, why do you like going to away games more? I'm like, because they're closer. I'm like, bro, I'm like, I'll go to Denver. I like going to Phoenix. Phoenix is nice. I mean, like, I've been down there. I'm like, shoot, this year we saw Raider Jeff in Boston, bro. That's
There you
freaking badass. I can't wait, man. Houston's supposed to be popping this year. So hopefully I'll be able to make it down there in December.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We got to do a thing. You got to come down, bro. You got to come down to Vegas, man. Vegas is cool, bro.
I love Allegiant, bro. I love it.
Allegiant is beautiful, bro. You already know it's a beautiful, beautiful stadium, and I'm glad we actually got a fucking win there now. So, yeah, I already know what time it is, but hey, man. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not closing the door on that completely. You never know. Me and fam might be like, we're gonna go to Phoenix real quick. And
He's like, how much are we gonna get on them tax returns?
yeah, exactly. Like, it's all right. We can put it on the credit card.
Put on a credit card.
Put it on the credit card.
What is that 12-month no payment plan? no interest plan? We good?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, bro. You're gonna be in El Paso next weekend, so we'll chop it up. We'll talk about it. But man, yeah, we'll see. I don't know, because my boy. See, this is the thing. I go with my barber goes. My boy goes. He's my barber. I usually go with my compadre. We go do a damn thing in Denver, bro. And we chop it. We hang out. We chop it up with the Black Hole out in Denver. Salute to that Denver chapter out there. And so that's why I'm like, yo, you need to come through this bar because you don't have to drink. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's like it's the Raider hangout. It's the Raider hangout in Denver and that 5850 bar.
No, so 5280 used to be.
Oh, 5280. Yeah, that's what it meant. 5280.
So it used to be. Now it changed. That's why I was letting everyone know that.
Oh,
that Cowboy bar, or the Cowboy bar, is going to be the one for game day. And they're there at
they're there now. They're there
now.
Okay.
Yep, at Talalica's restaurant. But then for the game, they're going to do it at the Cowboy Bar Lounge, right there, right off 16th Street Mall.
Okay.
But
Right.
Jay, I know we're going to wrap it up, but hey, hold on. All right,
guys, before you go, what I want you to do is make sure to listen to this public announcement from the post-game reaction show with Just Raiders Baby. What we want you guys to do is make sure you like, share, subscribe, and click that little button. Click to make sure that you stay logged in for the next show, baby.
Yeah, yes, sir. You already know what time it is. Hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate you, my guy. Hey, man.
Hey, car wreck of a show, baby.
Hey, everyone pulling up and tapping in. Salute to everybody who tapped in and talked with us on this post game reaction show. We finally got the win. We finally could go ahead and hold up our heads a little bit higher. You know, we didn't look complete like dog shit today. We can go ahead and at least try to build something towards this season and make it something that we can go ahead and eventually build something towards the future. But hey, man, as always, appreciate everyone pulling up and tapping in. Salute. As always, make sure you guys, if you guys haven't done so, hit that like and subscribe button. Pull up for tomorrow's show. Obviously, I'm still going live every damn Monday night, 5 p.m. Pacific. Raiders Unfiltered. We're gonna go ahead and really deep dive into this win, into this game versus the Titans, a must-win game, and we finally were able to go ahead and get that dub for sure. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for that one. And then as always, make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for the Raider Connection. Now, I guess we're on at 6 p.m. Pacific. The guy we decided the other day during the show at 6 p.m. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for the Raider Connection now at 6 p.m. every damn Wednesday. The Raider Connection with my Cheeto Linus, Raider, Hollywood Raider Jeff, and Everywhere 10. Shout out to our guy. And then, as always, make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for Good Morning Raiders at 10 a.m. Pacific. Now going back to that solo show. I'll be rocking it as I started it early in the year. I have the great and powerful Joel Morley that's going to be on the show. We're going to be chopping it up. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up to that one. It's going to be a hot one with my guy, Joe Morley. That is Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific on the West Coast. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for that one. But other than that, appreciate you guys. Salute to everybody. Again, hit that subscribe button on channels. It does go ahead and go in a long way to support the shows. And if you really want to go ahead and support the show, hit that link that's pinned up in my chat. That is becoming a member. It does go ahead and help to keep the lights on here at Just Raiders. Salute to everybody. But that is our time for today. We'll see you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for that Overreaction Monday, Raiders Unfiltered. Make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for that one. And then I got some things coming. Raider Primos. We're gonna figure that shit out. We're gonna go ahead and do some things this week as well. So make sure you pull up for that show with my guy Raider Primos, and then we'll figure out with Predator getting up on here on the post game reaction show. But salute to everybody, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific. Salute to y'all. Will, let them know where they can go ahead and find you at. I'm sorry, it's been taking time.
No worries, bro.
Tell them where they can find you at. Where's your channel and everything else. Let them know, my guy.
What up, baby? It's your boy Raider Will, and where you can find me is the Silver and Black Radio Podcast, baby. We are on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever you guys got a social media site. That's where we're at. And what we do is we got the most notorious podcast on Tuesdays. On Thursdays, we got the Silver and Black Radio Podcast that we do, and that's another live. And then we also do another segment where we would love to have you guys on, where we call it Meet the Nation, where we do a pre-recorded show where we drop it every Friday, where people get to meet other people around Raider Nation and what they do. So, you might see me on the post-reaction show next week, and hopefully he is drinking a lot of Henny and smoking a lot of doobies that day, too. That means we have a Raiders victory with our boy, Jay Raider.
Not that much. The cars are going to be still coming. The beers are going to be coming. No, I'm going to be climbing the walls. It ain't that type of show. No. We just love to have fun, be relaxed, have a good time, and you already know. Hopefully everybody did have a good time. Salute to everybody on X, man. We did the damn thing today for sure. Appreciate you guys pulling up and tapping in for that one. Make sure you drop your link on the chat, Will. That way, everybody can go ahead and subscribe and tap into you, my guy. As always, we try to go ahead and help all our guys, especially my guy Will, who's up and coming, one of the up and coming content creator podcasters in the space. Salute to him, man. I appreciate
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
that.
I don't even know how to do none of this stuff. I just come out here and I just talk and shoot the shit.
See, that's all you do, bro. There you go. One of my brothers here, the Black Hole, you already know, representing Western Colorado. I'm over here repping Albuquerque with my guy Predator. You already know.
Yes, sir.
So salute. But other than that, love, guys. Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next time. And as always, remember, just Raiders, baby. Just win. We fucking just won. Let's take that shit to next week and fuck the Cleaves. I don't give a damn if I'm 0-16. I'm gonna still say fuck the Cleaves.
Fuck the Chiefs.
I'm gonna rock my fuck the Cleaves shirt tomorrow on all this week coming up because this week's week. I'm gonna rock that shit. Make sure you guys tapped in. Appreciate you guys. Love. One. Appreciate
Let's go.
Raiders!
Raiders.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. One.
We out.